Hi there. Today, I'm going to reveal to you the secret behind your cravings and weight. Why we can't help it that we eat the heck out of whatever it is, whether it's fried chicken or chocolate or Corona beer or whatever. There's a secret that I've been able to parse together from all the different studying that I've done. Part of this comes from my training in hypnosis, NLP, and also some of the ancient Vedic and yogic traditions. But when you understand this, it's going to blow your mind, and you're going to have a whole new perspective and a whole new way of changing this, which is completely contrary to what all the weight loss programs and all that stuff's about. And it's something that you can do in a matter of minutes. So I'll start at the beginning, and that is that a new understanding of your experience here on Earth, and that is that it happens through our senses. So we taste, smell, see, hear, and feel our way into this physical dimension, this life. Now, this information was known for thousands of years by the Vedic traditions and yogic traditions. So the interesting thing here is that we humans, we get a feeling of love, of being cared for, whatever that feeling is, a feeling of elation, of fun, all these good things, right? And we have the feeling, and then we look, subconsciously, we look to the outside world to say, oh, what the heck caused this? I cannot just have this feeling here. It's because I'm watching a beautiful sunset. It's because I just ate that big bowl of ice cream. I tasted that, and that's why I got the good feeling, or in anticipation of this thing. So what happens is we bind the good feeling to an experience outside of us. Like I know what it is. It's this person. That's why I have this good feeling. I need and crave them, or chocolate ice cream, or whatever it might be. So the experience, right? Typically, we have these experiences throughout our lives. A lot of them for us, it happens very, very young. Now, I'll give you a great example of this. I've told this story before, but my daughter, right? Well, on Sunday mornings, I would go and get her pancakes. So we would sit here in the living room, and it would just, the shades are shut. It's just me and her, there's no disturbances, no phone calls, no nothing. And it's just us hanging out and having a pancake. Now, I don't particularly like pancakes. It was just kind of something to do, and, we got to eat anyway. So anyway, it was that special time with her dad, right? And when she would get sick now, and she doesn't feel good, you ask her, hey, honey, she's not eating and stuff. What do you want to eat? Do you want something to eat? And she's like, I want pancakes. She felt good, and she just knew that good feeling was attached to pancake. Now, for me, good feeling was attached to chicken, baked chicken. If you know me, backdate the story here. As I grew up, Sunday dinners were fabulous. There'd be a couple baked chickens and salty and crunchy and so good. And, the whole family's together and there's a feeling of, everything's okay. Everything is okay. We have ice cream after, and so it was, potatoes and chicken, right? So for me, when I didn't feel good, which, you don't really think about it. It's so subtle. I don't feel good. What do you want to eat? Well, I want chicken, obviously, baked chicken, right? So anyway, going through life for all these years, I'd probably eat 1 or 2 chickens a week. I'd bake them up, bake 2 of them, and stick them in the fridge, and then just eat it all week, And so anyway, all of us do this, and it is happens with all of these different substances. I also, back in the day, and had all my good friends, and we'd be out on the either in a boat or in Mexico or somewhere, and just together, and having a great time and drink. We'd be drinking Corona beer, right? So, you have a hard week at work or something like that, and Friday finally rolls around. You're like, you know what? I just need to relax. I need to feel good, get the stress off. Oh, I know what does that. Corona with the lime, mind you. You want the lime in there. So anyway, all of us do this with all kinds of different foods or different things that we've had a good feeling, and then we had the experience outside of us via our smell, taste, hearing, sight. And all these things are those. You touch a pancake and it's warm. It tastes a certain way. You can smell it. You can see it. All of those things play into binding with the feeling. So this, right, becomes part of our subconscious programming. And the way our subconscious works is it utilizes our physical body to create a feeling. We have a feeling, and then it stimulates a thought. And the thought and the feeling go round and round and round. That's the loop that we're all in, whether it's the positive or the negative. It's just the way the system's designed. That it happens so quickly you don't even know it. I mean, you feel it and pop. You start thinking in a certain way. So the way that weight loss programs work is you got to exercise and you got to eat in a certain way. And yes, not denying that. But almost all of them are, we need to re-educate you. We need you to think differently about food, and you gotta not eat those pancakes because those have hydrochlorothiazide, all these in the body and consumption and blah blah blah. Well, yeah, but what they're not getting to is the root. And what's happening is when you don't feel good, even a little bit, you're trying to fight. I have a feeling. I want the ice cream. I have a feeling. I want it. And you're trying to fight it mentally. Like, hey, you know what? No, body, don't eat the ice cream. That's bad for you. Clogs your arteries. Intellectualizing this and trying to fight down the feeling. It's an unfair fight. Your subconscious controls 95% of your existence. Your conscious mind is only 5%. So it's 5% versus 95. Or you could look at it as your head trying to control your body. It's like, it's an unfair battle, and it takes extremely strong will. But what if you simply didn't feel that way? What if pancakes were just another food? Eggs, cereal, it's all the same. You don't have this, I gotta have that. For me, it was chicken. What if? And that was a hard barrier for me to cross. I was like, at first, even though I knew all this, I was like, no, I still want that chicken. I know it's no good. I know it. I know I shouldn't be eating that. But you know what? I like it. It makes me feel good. So anyway, once you've made the decision, you know what, I'm ready to take off the weight. Well, there's a way to do it. And that way to do it is to cause a stimulation in your mind-body loop. And what happens is that wherever this feeling about whatever it is, the Corona beer, the fried chicken, the whatever, you'll have a sensation in your body, and it typically will move up, it'll move down, and then it leaves, or it'll just dissipate in place. It's in a different place in everybody. And we've worked on, everything from popcorn to French fries to Coca-Cola, Pepsi, you name it. People have done this successfully with this exercise that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. So that is the first thing I just wanted to tell you, that there is an opportunity that you can rid yourself of these cravings. And here's the most interesting thing, is that it's the exact opposite that everyone has been telling you. You got to be stronger than the chocolate cake. You got to be stronger than the white wine. You just don't have enough willpower. The way this works is the opposite. Imagine you're enjoying the best, in my case, chicken, baked chicken, or imagine the best chocolate cake, or whatever it is for you. You imagine the fork is chilled just the way you want it, that the temperature's right, all the nuances of that your friends are around that you like it with, or you're alone if you like that, whatever it is. You imagine you enjoy the heck out of it. And then you do this exercise that stimulates the left and right hemispheres of the brain as you're imagining enjoying it like you've never enjoyed it before. And then this process happens. It's a very simple process, and it basically, we're causing a massive amount of neurological stimulation in different parts of your brain that you can do yourself. There's one other key point that I have for you, and that is that the overeating. So we all do it, right? We stuff ourselves, it tastes good, or you had a hard day and you're like, you're eating, and then you get done and you're like, oh yeah, it's too much, so you get in the cycle, the stomach gets stretched out, and you're eating beyond what we really should. And in very simplistic terms, we have to look at, what do we feel unfulfilled with in our life? Did you get done with a hard day at work? Did you have an argument? Or do you have a stressed relationship of some kind? Does that feel like completely loved, accepted, and fulfilled and forward moving for you? Well, if it doesn't, and you're overeating, you're trying to fill the feeling of being unfulfilled. So, just like the other exercise that I talked about, this one, you actually feel the feeling of being unfulfilled. You feel it, like, man, it sucks, it's my birthday and nobody cares, whatever the thing for you is that's causing the feeling of being unfulfilled. Feel it, and you do the exercise, and you'll have a sensation in your body, and you'll notice it dissipate and go away emotionally, and then physically. They both go down, and when they go to zero, you're typically done with that thing. It doesn't mean there won't be another thing that you'll need to work on. But this process that I'm telling you about, it's typically permanent. So for me, chicken is over. I did it. I busted the loop. And I can't tell you how long it's been since I've eaten a baked chicken. It's been a long time. And I don't even think about it. I'm not like, what's for lunch? Well, it just doesn't even come up. It's just another food, and frankly, I just don't eat it. So I wanted to leave you with those two things. Now, what I promised at the beginning of this to tell you a little bit about how does that happen? Well, the tool is Cognomovement. And it's this ball, which we have a program online that you can get video training in, and it walks you through doing the exercise. It's all very simple. You not only do you get exercises for cravings and weight loss, but you get exercises for emotional things as well, such as the feeling of being unfulfilled. And there's another one for physical, plus troubleshooting videos on what if I'm not getting the result. That's available at Cognomovement. That's Cogno, like your cognitive, Cogno movement, Movement.com. And you can see some information there on the program. It's pretty interesting. If you go to YouTube and just type in Cognomovement experience, you'll see all kinds of different people with, you name it, of different cravings that have gone away and what their story is over time. So thanks for watching. I hope this was informative for you and you enjoyed it. Thank you.